Hello, today's story is Boy. I think it's about this boy. I wonder if that's his name. The sticker tells me it must be a good story because it got an award, and you get awards when you do the right thing. Let's turn the pages. Boy by Phil Cummings. That's the author. Once there was a king who lived high on a hill. His castle looked over the valley to the mountains. He was a powerful man with many brave knights. I think we should start a list with all our characters. Let's go to people and we'll go to jobs. Apparently being a king is a job. And he had many brave knights. I will go back. They lived in a castle. The mountains were once rich with trees, but a powerful dragon had destroyed much of the forest with his fiery breath. Oh, it looks pretty peaceful to me. Let's see what happens. In a small village on the edge of the burnt forest lived Boy. Aha, there's our first clue. Go to clues and we'll go to uppercase because at the beginning of that word boy is a capital B, and that tells me it's his name. So let's go back to people because we need to add in characters. Oh, there's the fierce dragon as well, and a boy with the name Boy. Boy couldn't hear, but he was happy. He spoke with dancing hands and he drew pictures in the sand for people to understand him. His parents understood his stories, but the villagers didn't understand. What a strange child, they would say as they walked on by. So we found out something about Boy. Although he was deaf, he had something to say.
I have something to say.
He used sign language and he drew pictures in the sand to help people understand. Since the forest had been burned, the king and the dragon had fought many fierce battles. So all these words tell me there was a lot of fighting going on. And that's not good. We turn the page. Boy couldn't hear the battles, but he had seen the fear in his mother's eyes, and he felt it in his father's hands when he held him close. The battles were long and loud, but no one ever won. One day, when the king and the dragon were battling once more, Boy ran right into the middle of it all. I think he's just trying to get himself a pet. Let's go to things, animals, and he's just trying to get a pet. That's what I'm thinking. Let's see what's going to happen. The knights were stunned. Move! They shouted. Get out of the way, Boy! Ordered the king. Roar! Bellowed the dragon. But of course, Boy couldn't hear them. Turn the page. Flames flared from the dragon's nostrils. The knights waved their swords frantically as they marched over to Boy. And the king asked a question. Why are you not listening? Shouted the king. Boy was surprised when he looked up and saw them all. He watched them for a moment, then he made his handstands. The king was flabbergasted. The knights were puzzled. The dragon was mystified. They were all, let's go back to things. They were all feeling a little confused. Boy could see that they didn't understand him. So he took his sword and he wrote in the sand, Why are you fighting? There was silence until suddenly the king pointed to the dragon and he said it was him. And then the poor dragon tried to explain that something was wrong. He sneezed, and then it started a fire that burned down all the trees in the forest. And he was trying to say that he was sorry. Oh, sorry, I can't find sorry now. I'm missing it. There it is. He was sorry. The king looked up at the dragon. Well, I thought you were coming to take my castle, he said. What do you think? Would that castle be the right size for this dragon? Is it going to be too small or just big enough? Let's see what the dragon says. Your castle is far too small for me, the dragon replied. Boy drew a picture of everyone in the sand. He showed them how their days could be without fighting and fear. There was a lot of chatting and laughing. I promise the knights won't chase you anymore, said the king to the dragon, and you can visit my castle whenever you like. And I will cover my nose when I sneeze, said the dragon. Boy couldn't hear a word, but he didn't need to, because he could see what was going on. Back in the village, everyone was waiting to see Boy. I think Boy became somewhat of a hero. And you know what? What they did? Let's go to actions. They learned sign language to say thank you. That's the end of our story. I like this hat so much that I got myself one of them. How do I look?